Your typical Breton doesn't like orcs very much. Many despise them more than anything. You see, we Bretons, well, we are emerging of the Aldmer, the original elven stock from the Somerset Isles and Nidic and Nord men. We are men, but in our veins runs the blood of elves. My grandmother on my father's side had ears similar to this. Pointed ears do show up in Bretons from time to time, but along with this blood of elves is their affinity for magicka. In my father's line it was strong, though it passed him and my brother by to come to my sister and I. Some of my aunts and uncles are still alive and are doing well for themselves as mages in High Rock, so I cannot claim to dislike elves or men because I'm a combination of them both. However, there was another elf derivative that exists in High Rock, the orcs. They're actually called Orsimer, the pariah folk, named orcs after the old name for the huge green goblins that used to inhabit Tamriel. Oftentimes, orcs have goblin allies who aid them in wartime, which doesn't help their image either. They tried to carve out a mountain kingdom out of my people's homeland in the Merethic era. But that begs the question, who are my people? At that time, it was the Aldmer, who would later in the First Era come to be ruled by the Durrani clan, who were a group of elves bound by family ties. Some call them the Durrani elves. The Durrani elven rulership was eventually overthrown in the First Era, and the mixed breed of elf and men took control of the province. These were the Bretons. With the Durrani elves now out of power, what remained of them diminished to nothing over the centuries. High Rock was now a place of men. The blood of elves was diluted to hardly be noticeable in our physical features, as the mixed-blooded men bred with the unmixed who lived there. But as I said before, the High Rock never had one ruler, and only ever had an emperor who ruled over them all in the last two empires. When the Redguard came to Hammerfell in the First Era, late 700s, there was some feuding between the Bretons and these newcomers, but this was put aside when raids by the orcs from the Rothgarian mountains could no longer be ignored. The savage beasts believed raiding innocents, murdering, and plundering was part of their right, only because they can get away with it. In First Era 980, their kingdom, that they named Orsinium in High Rock, was destroyed by a combined Breton Redguard army. They tried to set up more kingdoms in the Rothgarian mountains, but each time they were short-lived, and Bretons and Redguards forced them out. They were driven away to live in small clans spread out throughout Tamriel until the Third Era. On the same year that I was born, the orcs returned to the area again. So as you can see, we Bretons have a long and dirty history with the orcs, and now they have a kingdom right next to my family's ancestral home. The only reason it hasn't been destroyed again was because it's led by an orc who is uncharacteristically diplomatic, and befriended his neighbors as well as Emperor Uriel Septim. One good thing did come out of Orsinium, though. It made the Bretons and Redguards put aside their differences to focus on something much worse. This general peace has lasted for a couple millennia now, and it is not unheard of for Breton and Redguard families to marry into each other. I said my silent prayer to the Nine, in thanks of my new freedom. The gods work in strange ways, if they wanted me to be free. Don't think of me as a very religious man. I'm not.
Yes? Anytime.
We have to go to Kvatch.
I shouldn't have pushed so hard.
That's City of Coral. Now, which one would be my horse? I think it's the painted one. Why don't you ride a horse?
So, what would you like to do next?
Why don't you ride?
Good idea.
She did say she can conjure her own horse.
Hi there.
Why would anyone want to fight at the arena? You get insulted by a grumpy red guard, and then you get killed. What's the fun with that?
Oh? What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
Couldn't we please talk about something less depressing?
Good day.
I've almost forgotten what it's like. First, mushrooms. Foul work. You heard me. Let's go to Kvatch. This should be quick, considering I have my own horse now. Where does this go? Skingrad. This cuts right through. Oh, I'm not sure if that's smart to do that. So if you pray at these shrines, they're supposed to be able to convey you to another one. I've prayed, and I've never felt anything. I do believe in the gods, of course. Even a fool would. This is where you leave the offering. It's a shrine to Debella, if I'm correct. Love, beauty, and honor its mysteries. She says to pray at my chapel to receive my blessings. I heard that voice in my head and this feeling. What? It was a gust of cold air. I do believe I just got a blessing. The god's trying to tell me something. I've never felt anything like that before. Oh. As I said, I'm not a religious man, but I don't like the idea of the gods controlling every aspect of our lives. But I do know that they're there. Strange. I definitely felt that. Looks like an old graveyard over there. Another bandit?
You made a big mistake!
Ah! You! Fool. That's my conjurated scamp. That, whatever he did, that really hurts. Minder to spout tome. One of the problems of having the apprentice as your stars, constellation, your birth star, is that it makes you more vulnerable to magicka attacks. But fortunately, Bretons are also blessed with a reduction to the damage that magicka can do to them. But still.
I can't understand why people are so interested in them.
I would like to explore this fort. It shouldn't take that long. My eyes are starting to sting, though. Let's go inside. Oh, first, let's explore the top part. Rat. I guess I should be ready. Wasn't exactly ready for that. Whoever that was, sorcerer. Didn't look like a necromancer. Strawberry. Some ingredients. I hope I'm not getting too over-encumbered. I still carry some things. I am looking for Shadowbanish Wine, though. Truth be told, I'd like to have a taste of it myself. Old mead. No Shadowbanish Wine. You brought your horse up here. Are you a fool? Yes, and you can easily fall down. There's another level. Who would leave skulls on the outside? What's this? Potion. I think it's for detecting life. My eyes feel a little bit better. Oh. A dead goblin. Now that probably would answer who would leave skulls out in the front.
Maybe it's just as well
Look
that
at
we
this.
never see any goblin
this.
mothers or babies. I would hate it if you killed the little ones.
Goblin babies. I almost refuse to to acknowledge that something like that exists. Oh, there's another level. You don't have to ride your horse everywhere, you know. Oh, mandrake root. Oh, that I haven't seen in a long time. I can take all of these. I'm picking up enough treasure just on the outside before I even go in anywhere. Silver nugget. I'll take the arrows. I got quite a bit of septums from that. Oh. I think I just heard whatever's inside of the fort. I suspect just a handful of goblins. Those skulls, I don't know if they're goblin or man or mer. They look... Yep, man or mer. Well, I forgot, actually. Yes, I have a new spell. Starlight. I don't need to carry a torch. I don't want to have this, although it only lasts a short while. You can smell
I
them.
have seen one of those before, and I don't care if I never see one again.
You mean a goblin? Yes, I just killed a few, actually. The other day, before I met you. Double doors. Oh! Level 9. Well, that works. I would like to use that on a goblin, although I don't like the idea of taking life into my own self from a goblin. The idea actually disgusts me. Oh. What is that noise? Vilya? Vilya! I hear goblins. Good job. She's doing better than I am. You alright? Stinky, smelly goblins. Roasted rat. Not like I'm eating it, I'm just making potions and selling them for a profit. Oh. Wine? Cheap wine, though. I almost thought I saw a label that said Shadowbanish Wine. Well, here's the problem. I don't quite know how to open these too well. Simpler ones I can open, but... Cheap wine. Never touch the stuff. Traps. Someone died here. There's a goblin. Ow! Smell just like orc. Huh. As you can see, that adventurer went right for the chest, and the chest is... Obviously there's a plate and there's traps all around. But if I could inch forward to it... I'd just be able to reach it. Sell that potion. What's on this adventurer? I would say his loss, my gain, but there really wasn't any gain. There's another goblin. Take the... Oh, look, that looks like traps. Maybe I should try to lure it towards me. I felt that. Come here, goblin. Vilya! Oh. Oh, it was so close. I'm surprised you didn't trip it.
What makes this smell?
Goblins live in their own filth. I think they're naturally smelly. They smell like their own excrement. This whole place reeks of it, actually. Goblin. Goblin with a bow.
You think you can beat me? Go ahead!
They've been preying on travelers, it seems. Disgusting, foul things. Ugh. I don't even want to take their arrows. Chest. I could sell these, I suppose. A barrel. Torches. I can always give them to Vilya. You know what? You can carry
This
a
place
torch.
is creepy.
I know it is. I could use your help.
If there's anything I can do for you, just tell me.
Can you use a torch when it's dark?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay. Let's go.
Goodbye.
Oh, a set of doors. Okay. Oh, but I was running into a trap. Which way? I think I've already been here, actually. Yes, this is where I killed the rat. But I didn't go along this ledge. Hopefully that's all the goblins that live here.
Why don't we ever see the goblin mothers and babies?
Yes, you've said that. I wouldn't want to see a goblin mother and baby. I'm hoping that there'll be a whole crate of Shadowbanish Wine at the end of this. Oh. Ah! Oh. Thought it was a giant spider. We had some big ones in the prison. If I ever came across this, I don't think I'd ever sleep again. If it was as big as this, I should say. What does this do? There's a rat coming. Oops, wrong spell. probably coming to eat the goblin. Tell you the truth. I could use its flesh. Well, I take it that these open something. Oh, it's a chest. Weak potion of healing. Oh, this one's locked. Suppose I could try using the pick locks. That is another spell when I have the coin. When I find someone who sells it... Oh, I opened them all up. Yes, I've got to get a better open lock spell. Alteration, you see. Two goblins. This one is tougher than the other ones.
Don't stab.
Come on, Villian. We can do this. Sorry. Ah! By the 9, what was that? You said you wanted to see a goblin mother. Not exactly experienced with all the sounds one can hear in a goblin-infested ruin.
Compared to some of the creatures I have seen in Saul's time.
She's from Solstheim. Okay. I've been to Skyrim, I've been to Morrowind. Never been to Solstheim. I was in Vardenfell, to be more specific. Is that wine? I'll have a lot to sell next time I come back to any town. Or the Imperial City. They have a lot of ingredients. Look at all these rats. I would say that they mainly subsist on them. Huh. I know, it's all filthy. All of it. Suppose there'll be more goblins down here. The rat pens? Oh. That's not a rat. Whatever left over from a human or elf. Oh, there's rats. They've been feeding them people. Fortunately, not all the large rats are aggressive.
Haha!
Huh? Vilya, unless they're attacking, don't bother.
Come on, show me how brave you are.
Let's just leave. No Shadowbanish Wine. I'm a little disappointed. Another rat. A rat that had gold in it. Vilya? Vilya! I hope she catches up. It's right behind me. What is that sound? I hope I'm going the right direction. Yes, that's the rat I killed.
Ew. Goblin smell is really ghastly.
Now you say it. Yes, it hit me. A short ways in, actually. No Shadowbanish Wine. What a waste of time. Am I going the right way? I do believe I am going the right way. I just feel like somebody just abandoned their horse. I didn't want to go through, especially with it eventually turning to night like this, go through the Great Forest. This would have been a little frightening for me. I don't know my way through the woods. I mean, I could survive on my own with what I know. But... no. There's a lot of dangerous creatures out there. I've already encountered bandits, but then bandits would tend to be on the roads, looking for victims. Well, we have to pass through Skingrad on the way to Kvatch. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to sell, and actually, apparently that's where a great alchemist lives, with a store. Yes, and I'll be able to ask him about Nirnroot. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.